introduce the teams. Let's introduce the teams. So we have Austrias Finest coming back. We casted a previous game with them. They gave a really great show, and we have newcomers to our cast. We have the Lemon Dogs, Dota 2. And now that we've introduced everyone, some of the first picks and bans are through. Would you like to introduce yourself, Sephiroth and Bronnin? You can maybe say hello in chat if you don't feel like talking.
Hello anyone watching, I'm Sephiroth. I'll be providing a bit of analysis as to what's occurring. And Bronnin will maybe give us a stats box saying hi or something along those lines. Maybe he won't. It's up to him, really.
Alright, so while we're waiting for these picks and bans, I mean, we see the Leshrac ban, you know, overpowered Blue Pony, Bounty Hunter, I think it's a very safe ban. I mean, Bounty Hunters had a lot of impact just with those, you know, track kills and that sort of thing. And I mean, Gyro and Nagus are in both meta heroes as well. But because of those picks and bans, we are going to see the opening from Lemon Dogs being the Earthshaker Disruptor, kind of not really revealing their hand with those support picks. I mean, those are fairly traditional, common support picks that we're seeing right now. And then we have the Queen of Pain and an Undying coming out of Austrias Finest. What do you feel like the objective of the teams are right now, Seth, just with these opening picks?
Well, with the Queen of Pain pickup, they wanted to get a solid mid laner who can bully a lot of others. And Leshrac, Shadow Fiend, they're gone from the pool. Maybe a Storm Spirit will be picked up on the side of Lemon Dogs. Earthshaker and Disruptor, pretty good defensive support duo as far as most things go. Undying, he could be played in the off lane, or he could be played as a support. Maybe not the best support, but very strong in the laning phase. Toxic Ban comes out, another common pick or ban.
So out of interest, is this Queen of Pain going on Nova, their mid laner, or is this going to be an off laner? Like, is it an Irie Queen of Pain?
That's one of the best reasons to pick up Queen of Pain in the first phase, is that she can go off lane, has a blink to get out of any dangerous spots. She can generally go mid, as where we usually see her. Or have even seen it run in the safe lane a couple of times, but generally is going to try and dominate that mid lane.
Yeah, I think if we see Austria's Finest pick up, as you mentioned, the Storm Spirit, definitely going to be an off-lane Queen of Pain. I mean, we have seen Irie play the Queen of Pain before, and super scary. And really, actually, great ban coming out of Nova. He's opted to get rid of the Clockwork, which, honestly, Area Loco really likes the Clockwork, and I think that's fair to ban him out. Also, I mean, they've picked up the Undying, which is Area Loco's second favorite hero, so... Was that strategy? Was that some good research on Nova's part?
It was definitely a good bit of looking up what your opponents are going to be like to run, and then maybe making them get onto heroes they're not as comfortable with, but they're still Darkseer, so has been played a little bit, but they wanted the Clockwork for the initiation. But looking like they're going to want to set up that Wombo combo, Vacuum, Blink Echo Slam, Static Field into Static Storm. That's what it was.
Alright, now I'm a little bit worried here. I mean, we haven't seen a Winter Wyvern ban yet, and I don't know if Austria's Finest has room to pick it up. So they're going to pick up Lina, but is Lemon Dog just going to straight up pick the Winter Wyvern here? Because, I mean, a Darkseer into a Winter's Curse, the Vacuum Winter's Curse is just devastating in team fights. And then you follow that up with a Disruptor ult. I mean, Echo Slam, like, this is a recipe for absolute disaster for Austria's Finest.
The Winter's Wyvern would work well with Lemon Dogs, but they've already picked both of their supports. I'm not completely sold on seeing Winter Wyvern mid. I'd like to see it, but I'm worried about it going up against Quap.
Yeah,
Austria's Finest might, if they sent the Undying off, and then they would have room for Winter Wyvern themselves, but we might not see Winter Wyvern this game.
That's really surprising with the Darkseer pick. I mean, I feel like if you have the Darkseer and you have the option to get the Winter, I would take it every single time, just so we've seen how devastating that combo is. But Lemon Dogs have opted to pick up the Phantom Lancer, very popular right now. However, there still is an Ember Spirit in the pool, but we do see the Lina and Queen of Pain, so I don't also think, is there still room for an Ember Spirit in this lineup coming out of Austria's? To try to maybe counter that? Oh,
well,
never mind.
Yes,
there is!
I'm thinking they might then... Is this going to be a position 1 Ember Spirit in the safe lane, or... They could do that and send Quap mid, and then either run Undying. Yeah, they're thinking it's going to be Undying Lina support duo, because that's why they banned out the Broodmother, even though they already had Shaker and Darkseer to deal with her.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, the thing is, though, we have always. Ooh, Darkseer picked up by Lemon Dogs. Austrias Finest. I mean, one of their things that defines them as a team is their role flexibility. I think one of the things about Austrias Finest is that they have that edge to their drafting, because you never know where they're going to lane heroes. And I mean, there's a lot of flexibility in this. I mean, Lina, Queen of Pain, Ember Spirit, these can be played anywhere. I mean, you're going to see Undying pretty much almost exclusively in the off lane, I would say, but even then, I mean, he is flexible in just being able to roam around and be annoying with his tombstone. Whereas I think Lemon Dogs, I think it's going to be more traditional. I mean, Storm Spirit's going to be playing mid, Phantom Lancer's going to be in the safe lane, Darkseer's going to be in the off lane. Whereas Austrias Finest are kind of keeping Lemon Dogs guessing about where they're putting people.
That's true. And that is, they believe going to be the queen. Like, they don't believe that they've seen Austria's Finest offlaner yet, which is why they banned the Brood. Austria's Finest knew that they needed a mid. Lemon Dogs needed the Undying offlane. Lion Lina support duo, strong, good AoE, and somebody's gonna die when they hit 6.
Yeah, most definitely. About this draft, I think it's going to be. I think this is a good setup for a super aggressive game. Lots of great kills, lots of action. I mean, there is a want for a little bit of team fighting. It's definitely going to be, I think, a very mid-based action game. I mean, there's no one here that's kind of like, let's completely sit back and just farm for the entire game. I mean, Phantom Lancer kind of, but even then, Phantom really does lend to being active in team fights and some rotations later on. So I think it's going to be a really exciting game.
Remaining.
Yeah, once Phantom Lancer blade, he just toss in that quick lance and start burning the mana, which everyone on Austria's Finest is fairly spell reliant. So Diffusal Blade is going to mess them over quite a bit once he picks it up.
This is true, and not only that, but I mean, the Diffusal Blade's really effective against the Flame Guard because I believe it purges it. Alright, so let's do our introductions, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to start with the Radiant side with Austria's Finest. We have ourselves on the Ember Spirit, no other than Killa. On the line, we have Hef, we have JMN standing in on the Lina, we have on the Queen of Pain, Nova, the captain of Austria's Finest, and last but not least, we have Chair Raider on the Undying. And then on the Dire side, we have
30 seconds.
Krilly on the Phantom Lancer, we have E-Skill on the Storm Spirit, Frigolite on the Earthshaker, Steph Style on the Disruptor, and last but not least, Aries Loco on the Darkseer. Oh, there we go, a little bit of a fight. Frigolite getting very low. There comes a Fissure, and there's a Dragon Slave, but it is going to be First Blood going to Nova AT, and now there's a couple more hits going in on E-Skill. Is he going to be put? There is going to be a defensive Static Remnant, and Nova AT actually getting quite low, and the Regeneration on Chair Raider going to have to go down. But if we take a look at that fight recap, not huge, but that First Blood going to be big for Nova. But oh, Killa's
in danger.
He's in danger. This Ion Shell is doing so much damage. I mean, he's a melee going up against the Darkseer. That harassment is only going to continue while he lanes.
That's true. And he also, I don't believe Killen noticed when, who was it? Eris Loco? I don't believe he noticed the Observer Ward go down to block out this pull camp and get some information back here.
So we have Hef just being a little bit of a nuisance in the mid, making his presence known, making it a little bit more dangerous for the Storm, but the one thing about Storm is that I don't think he ever really suffers from being able to... I don't think he ever really suffers when getting last hits against Lina, but the thing is that once Lina levels up that Fiery Soul, she has a big advantage if Storm Spirit opts to go in. But Friggo lead in a good position right now. There's going to be rotation from this line coming in, so you never really know when the plays are going to go. But I think we'll stick bottom for now. There's going to be a Dire Ward. I mean, it would be really dangerous for...
Hef was smoked, and if he goes up, they won't see him, I don't believe.
Oh, Lina coming up forward. Here comes the potential Fisher, but there is going to be a stun on the... But the Fisher, she is on the wrong side, so it's not a big deal. But there is going to be a lot... Oh, just a little bit of a mana drain on this Darkseer. Ion Shell going in.
If Lion can burn enough mana out of him, then this will be irritating for Eris. Until he gets Soul Ring. At that point, he's fine. But before then, yeah. Mana drain could make him sad.
And we are seeing good economy coming out of Frigoli. He has now triple stacked the hard camp. But Storm Spirit forced to go back to base, and no bottle in sight for him. Meanwhile, Lina is sitting on the bottle. Let's take a quick look at the overall last incident eyes. I mean, Lina's really the powerhouse right now. 14-3, meanwhile Storm Spirit sitting at 6-0. However, Darkseer, you know, not suffering in the farm, 11-0, and then followed by the PL, 9-0. Charioteer, though, offering a lot of harassment at this top lane. I guess, what's the optimal early plays right now for Austrias Finest? Like, what do they do to get the advantage in their lanes?
Well, Charioteer's looking to maybe make a play. No, he knew. Oh, he might be in danger. Yep.
Oh, Charioteer's very low. There's the Fisher, though. Is it going to be a kill? Who's going to get it? They're trying to give it to the PL, and it's going to actually get split among everyone that was involved in the kill, but here comes the Pain. Puts out a Shadow Strike. Oh, disjointed, though.
Nicely played.
Well played by the Phantom. I feel like the new Doppelganger rework is just amazing. Makes PL just so effective. You can pretty much disjoint anything, it seems.
It certainly is a fair improvement over the old skill, which was it Doppel Walk? I can't remember the old name.
Yeah, walk forward, and then there's an illusion that continues to walk forward, and then you can change because you're invisible. Right. I felt like it was pretty okay, but I feel like the new one works better for PL.
I would agree. Well, there's that Soul Ring.
So decent timing on the Soul Ring, and that's gonna secure mana for the Darkseer. He still has lots of regen, and Killa sitting at 16-2, Darkseer 21-1, so certainly sitting on a last hit advantage at the moment. We do see some rotations coming out now of Flying. Gonna be 3 at the top, and there is gonna be Disruptor. Ooh. Question is, does this Disruptor know that he's there? Let's take a quick look at the vision. Stepstyle does not have vision on Hef.
And if they didn't notice him sneak in there, then they have they know he's off the map, but they're not quite sure where.
Is under attack.
Yeah, Krilly, I mean, is playing it really, really safe and just using his Spirit Lands to farm at the moment. Because he does know that the lane is a little bit far up.
And he's kind of worried about the amount of lockdown that they could bring and damage.
Alright, so...
I fear for the day when Earth Spirit gets into competitive. I'm worried.
Well, hasn't he been nerfed pretty hard, though?
He was nerfed fairly substantially, but he's still very strong.
Oh,
well,
Tombstone up at the top. There is going to be a decay coming up here. A blink in, but there's going to be a glimpse on Novate, so she will be out of it, but the half is going to follow up with an Earth Spike and secure the kill on the Disruptor. Now, Krilly does have the bottle, does have some regen, but that Tombstone still up, going to be able to get a lot of damage on this tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, Charrator forcing Krilly out of the lane. Now Tombstone is down. Could go in just for a little bit of harassment with a Spirit Lance. No, doesn't look like they're going to push it too much. Well played, though. I mean, securing that kill at the top. Lots of XP and gold. Let's actually now move over to the net worth. So we do see Lena winning her lane. She's bottle crowing very effectively. She's sitting at 3k, and I mean, the only person that's really even slightly on her level right now is Loco, who's sitting at 2.6. The Storm Spirit, 2.3, and back at the fountain again.
It's very hard to lane against Lena. She just shoves so hard.
She does, and I think typically in a lane matchup, Lena definitely has the advantage against the Storm Spirit. I really do feel that fairly strongly.
I would agree. Level 6 allows him some chance to outplay, but her raw damage at 6 is fairly substantial compared to Storm Spirit.
He's going to defend all the lane up. There's going to be a response stun in, but there is going to be a Hex. The Fisher defensive, but there's Spike still hitting there. Oh, he managed to destroy the Laguna Blade with the ball lightning. Really well played by his skill. Super defensive, but my goodness, that was very close for him. He could have died again.
If that stun had lasted any longer, he was very dead.
Might be in trouble.
Oh, he's still going.
Down.
He's out of mana right now, though.
No mana, unfortunately. He's going to have to run, but there is no Laguna Blade. And he's just going to also run. However, actually secures both runes. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, didn't go for it. He doesn't really need it. Well, except to refill that bottle.
Yeah, they have the courier there. Looks like he's going to opt for the...
There's a safer option. Oh, bottom lane. Killa almost gets the kill on Eris, but the surge speed is just a bit too much to keep up with.
I feel like Darkseer, though, is doing extremely well at the moment. I mean, he's sitting on a Soul Ring and his Arcanes already. It's 7 minutes, 50 seconds into the game. And Frigoli just continuing to, you know, show proper economy. In comparison to Austrias Finest, who have not stacked a single camp so far, they are definitely helping their team out as a whole. And I mean, it's these small things that are going to give them an advantage later on in the game.
This is true. Hef is looking... He might take the invis. He might let Lena have it. It's certainly very good on Lion, but I think... Yeah, he's going to give it to JMN so that he can get the refill on the bottle. And immediately used.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, they're going to make the rotation top. However, it
Lemon Dogs know something's up.
Yeah,
they're backing out of top.
Maybe, Bronin, if you can say that in TeamSpeak instead, I can read the chat thing. Oh, there's a stun, but the doppelganger is not going to...
Laguna might be able to get him. Yep.
Laguna Blade is just more than enough. She knows which one was which, and takes out that PL. That's the pressure that we need, though.
Yeah, they can't just sit back and farm, otherwise they will get outscaled by LD or Lemon Dogs.
And that's also that kill secures that tier 1
Radiant's
top.
middle tower is under attack.
Lena sitting now at 4.4. Let's take a quick look at the XP graphs. Was sitting in Lemon Dog's favor just for a little while by 750, but that swung well into their favor. 500 advantage at the moment, and 2k overall net worth difference. Eris Loco making very cheeky plays by coming up into the lane here and then pulling the creeps into the hard camp, but he's now hacked. Killa does have a Searing Chains available if he so wishes, and he will. There is going to be a Sleight of Fist, but he's getting very low from that Ion Shell. He's now going to try to make a cheeky play.
He's going to get blown up.
He is going to get himself ganked. He uses all 3 of those Flame Remnants just to secure that kill. Certainly worth it, though.
Very true. Getting a pick off there. Getting a pick off there on the offlaner is definitely good, and he gets a haste rune. So another nice little reward for Killa. In the middle lane, there's the Quap Scream.
Yeah, that
See
was
Disruptor.
Extremely fast kills. Oh, but here comes the snip. Comes from these kills. Electric Vortex to heal on Nova. There is and a
Blink
Shadow
is still
Strike,
down.
and now there's a Hex. will manage to get away. Defensive.
The Fissure comes
Fissure.
out, and then no more co-op. Just barely on the range for that Fissure.
Yeah, that was extremely close on that Fissure. But the
Dire's
Tombstone's
middle
up,
tower
and
is under
this means a
attack.
lot of damage going on in the Tier 1 middle. However, while this is happening, we do have
Radiant's
PL
top tower is under attack.
on
Dire's
the
middle tower
Tier
is
1.
under attack.
And he's going to be doing more to that Tier 1 than they're doing to mid. We've got TPs coming in now. Nova's here. Very true.
However, at the moment, Earthshaker is
Only level 5. He's working on getting there.
Radiant's middle tower is under
There is a
attack.
smoke up on Frigolite and Disruptor. When Lion and Lena come back to this lane, there could be a potential for a Ball Lightning, Electric Vortex, and a kill for this team.
Only a few seconds left on that smoke, though, and they're playing back. They know both of the supports are missing, and they're going.
Oh, there's the
they're going in.
Yulesep. There's defensive Fissure though, but there will be a Ball Lightning, but he's just going to instantly get himself out of there. There will be
There goes that TP.
Oh, Jamin is going to fall to the Ball Lightning. This is potentially a problem. Kinetic Field goes up on Hef. There's not a lot of mana on Eastfield, but he's going to zip in. Fissure again, and Hef now going to die. Killa making a rotation, trying to get a kill on Loco, but it's not going to be enough. He can just surge himself out. Frigolite
He'll just
trapped
take
by
Frigolite.
a creep, unfortunately, so he's going to
Really
most
going to
likely
try and get
die
that
here.
last little bit of farm, but couldn't quite finish it off.
Oh, my goodness, and while that was happening to the Earthshaker, Queen of Pain does end up falling. Let's take a quick look at that team fight, and give me the rundown about what happened there, Seth.
Alright, both of the supports hanging around smoked in the middle lane. A TP comes in from Undying, he immediately gets disrupted back, or glimpsed back. Then they go... Hef gets went pretty aggressive with the Ball Lightning, and they did manage to take out, I
Radiant's
believe,
top
3 of
tower
them
is
there.
under attack.
They lose the Earthshaker, but that's acceptable.
Ball Lightning going back on in Hef. There is going to be a Hex. The Fissure's going to be enough to keep him
It's a
there.
really
Finger
good
Cat is
time.
going to come out. He does end up falling to the Flame Guard of the Ember
Radiant's
Spirit.
bottom tower is under
Well
attack.
That was
played and a
very
good
close.
return.
He almost ball dodged that as well, which would have been incredibly impressive.
I mean, it goes to show you, though, that with the disjoints coming out of this storm, it's apparent that he is comfortable with the hero, and it's good to see. I mean, the Laguna Blade dodges so far
Dire's middle
have been
tower
great,
is under attack.
and he has disjointed a
Dire's
few other
structures are
abilities.
fortified.
Looks like this Tier 1 in Dire Straits, there is a Tombstone available if they so wish to go in on this. However, I believe oh no, Frick's only level 5. Alright, so
Disruptor is the only
but
person who doesn't have his ult in this game at this point. Earthshaker just got level 6. So he might look to Echo Slam maybe in the next fight, if he can get a good angle.
Yeah, now it should be mentioned though that even though in the net worth graph Lion is falling behind, he's 2 levels ahead of the 2 supports.
Radiant's bottom tower
I think he's
is
just
under
almost
attack.
level 8, or sorry, he's almost level 7, sorry, so 1 level ahead now. 2 ahead of the Disruptor. Oh, Ball, and he's gonna pick up a little bit of farm.
It
Queen
looks
of
like
Pain.
they want to go maybe on this Phantom Lancer. They don't want him farming. They know the Diffusal Blade will be a massive pain for them if he can get it. They don't want to let him get there. He's got Earthshaker sitting with him though.
There's the Spirit. Now, the one thing though is Nova's very low.
Nova's
That's a
gonna
Fissure.
die.
It's gonna be the picker off. There's an Echo Slam on Hex. There will return with the Hex, but is it gonna be enough? Earth Spike and a TP. Chair Raider does
No
that, but it is
TPs.
gonna be interrupted by the Enchant Totem. Now Frigolite in big trouble coming out of this. Yeah, he will
The zombie
kill with
horde.
the Tombstone. Now Eris Loco being slowed by that zombie horde as well. There will be a surge up in 5 seconds, but will be enough. There is a series of cranes coming out. He has a big
The wall
vacuum
comes
into a
down.
wall. Chair Raider is going to pick himself another kill, and so will the Ember, but they are going to return that kill back on him, and now he
There's the
is
Static
speeding up.
Storm. Disruptor just gets level 6 in this fight, interrupt the Static Storm.
And that is, I believe,
that was
2
3
for 4.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yes. 2 for
And I mean, yeah, they get the tier 1 mid, but certainly not worth it. I think if Lina was in that team fight, it would be a very different situation because, I mean, the PL was very low, Storm Spirit was very low.
True, but they just didn't quite have the burst damage to take care of all of them. Maybe if Lina had been there. Oh yeah. She's level 11. That would definitely have put out enough damage.
Nova is playing so risky right now, and I feel like,
oh my gosh, there's
the Blitz! She's in big trouble right now, she gets the Shadow Strike, the Electric Warfare coming out in the Spirit Lance, and an Overcharge is just going to secure that kill! Nova!
Oh, and they get dewarded.
That was just suboptimal. I mean, this Queen of Pain is really suffering. I mean, let's just take a look at the overall, like, kills and assists right now. She's sitting at 2 and 4, and I mean, she certainly didn't dominate that safe lane, unfortunately. I feel like not a great position for her to be in right now. It's hard to, I feel like with Queen of Pain, it's hard to come back when you're super behind, and we saw that yesterday as well, where they had drafted a Queen of Pain, and then just, it never really came online. And even when it did, by that point, her damage was just so pitiful that it wasn't doing anything to the enemy's carries.
Things are about to get a lot worse for Austrias Finest.
She is.
Trilly just picked up the Diffusal Blade, and they're going.
Oh, there it comes. Doesn't even use the ult, but Fisher will secure that kill for the Storm Spirit. And Trilly's just Hef here, and I mean, Hef doesn't want to be here. There's going to be another flinch. Hef is in big trouble. There comes the Earth Spike trying to run himself into the trees. There's going to be a doppelganger coming into Zip, and Fisher will secure that kill. And now there's an Echo Slam on the Undying, and another kill.
Steph
for
might.
the Phantom Lancer, and a tier 1 goes to LD. Lemon Dogs are just dominating
Orchid
this round.
picked up now on Storm. Goodbye, Quap.
That's an excellent timing on an Orchid for him, and I think also it's... Some would opt for the Bloodstone, but oh... However, Loco does end up falling actually to the Lina in the bottom lane, but I feel like it's more effective to pick up the Orchid just against the Lina, Queen of Pain, and Lion.
Yeah, every member of Austria's Finest relies heavily on spells. If they can't cast those spells, they're food. Nova's working on getting an Orchid himself for the Storm Spirit and the Phantom Lancer, but unfortunately, Storm Spirit, who also wants to try and pick you off, has already got his.
And he has the advantage because he can be invulnerable in that ball lightning and zip in on her and get the Orchid off.
Not to mention the 3 level advantage.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad situation for like Queen of Pain now. Storm Spirit pushing out this mid. It currently has a siege creep. I mean, Hef and Char are smoked up, gonna be making moves here, but is it really gonna be able? Oh,
Eskill didn't know they were
walking
there.
into the Hex, into a decay. Ultimate coming out, Earth Spike,
oh, they do have
and
enough.
A Finger of Death. That's a big kill for Lion. That's huge.
Oh, and a D-Ward.
That was massive for Lion. Let's actually take
Lion is up to 900 gold now. He might try and save up for the Blink Dagger, which will definitely help him get in, get the Storm Spirit, or get away from the Storm Spirit if need be.
So at this point, out of the 2 carries, the PL versus the Ember, who's sitting at the advantage right now?
Currently, I know Ember Spirit's got the Battle Fury, and that's great for him to farm faster.
Oh, Loco might be in trouble. Theory Chain's coming up, but there's going to be a Disruptor with the wall.
For Killa.
And Killa might be in trouble. Gets the heal. Is he going to survive? He will. And now Loco, but there's the return. The ball
Look at that ball. Look at him go.
He has skill, though, very low.
Counter Orchided.
And he will actually fall to Nova, picking up a double kill, something that she desperately needs. Let's take a look at that fight recap, ladies and gentlemen. So, 2 for 1. The Ember does die, but overall, I mean, that's 1,000 experience each on the Queen of Pain and the Undying. and a little bit on the negative gold for the Dire side. So certainly lose the Ember, but grab that Storm. That's where you really want to be going. It's certainly worth the trade.
Yes, the Ember Spirit is the safe lane farmer, but I don't think Storm really needed to jump that far. He left himself with not enough mana to get out, and then gave away the kill. He's the one who's ahead right now.
The PL picked up his boots of travel, and his hit now is a diffusal blade, which for this actually I feel like the tempo of the game is appropriate enough for him to pick up the boots of travel. Do you agree?
I would agree. It lets him get all around the map and get farming, get split pushing. It'll help his illusions get a bit further since they don't last as long as they used to. Let's see.
Oh my goodness, this game has just been so action-packed, and if we're gonna, actually, we should take a look at the overall XP and farm. I mean, it's been a rocky game, though. I mean, it's like looking at a mountain and like a canyon here.
As far as XP goes, they look dead even, but they are slightly ahead in the net worth.
Yeah, but 1k gold at 21 minutes, I mean, that's not a lot when you spread that out over an entire
Radiant's
team.
bottom tower has been denied.
Very true. There's a bit more gold, but not much. Very true. They can sit back and farm, and will eventually outscale, unless Ember gets lucky crits. There's an Invis rune in the bottom, and I'm just waiting to see who's going to pick this up. If Lina...
Looks like Easteel wants to go on Killa. Killa walking to death. There's the Orchid. Electric Vortex, lots of right clicks. Is he going to be able to do anything? And
TP's not in time.
Yep. Hef not able to make those
Hef is looking,
rotations.
He's looking to run at him, but if he goes any further, he's running into Phantom Lancer territory.
Oh, there's a Fisher!
Dear.
And the Spirit Lance Hammer! You're gonna easy.
Eskill just picks it up with the last auto attack.
Just a little bit too aggressive. Now, the one thing, though, we will say is that Hef is known for his super aggressive style, and he does have a tendency to go for kills over pure objectives, and I think that's just kind of like his habit now, just kind of not working to his benefit, unfortunately. Ooh, good dodge on the Fisher by the Queen of Pain, but I think it's still going to be a tower going down. Oh, now she's Orchid and she can't blink out. Went to go turn, but didn't realize, oh, and a glimpse, and it's just going to be another kill for this Storm. This Storm is absolutely balling out of control. He is now sitting at 10k.
He's almost got a Bloodstone.
His partner. Yeah, he's very close to his partner, the PL. Lina's still kind of holding on, but she hasn't really been there for her team. Do you know what I mean? Like,
hasn't really contributed very much.
Yeah, I mean, she's getting the farm and getting ahead. I mean, she has her eggs, and maybe at this point, is this the point where now she is going to be in the team fights?
With Yule's Aghanims, she really should start to look to fight, especially if she can get a pick off onto the Storm Spirit.
Well, looks like Darkseer. He's on the list.
He has a mech blink dagger. He should be alright.
But here comes the really aggressive play, but there is going to be a response. Vacuum.
Good vacuum.
No! They're going to use Luna. It's going to be enough. The ultimate out of Nova. Shadow Strike on Ares Loco, and it will be a kill. They will lose the Lion during that engagement, but certainly worth it. Now, PL still around, still ready to make some kills. Now, Chair Raider fighting off these illusions. And it's going to be 3v4 now in this bottom lane. I don't know if they really want to go in, but I feel like if the Lina and the Ember went in and tried to initiate, they could potentially have an advantage here.
Well, Lina doesn't have ult for another 20. Quap won't have ult for a minute and a half.
There's a blink, double, and
Nova now defused. Nova's dead.
And there's the ultimate from Disruptor will secure the kill. That's what they want to know. Killa going in. Echo Slam! Killa's in big trouble getting the heal from the Undying, but Chair Raider has no more mana to lend. There's going to be a Dragon Slave coming out. Misses the stun. And now another Fisher going on Killa. He's going to have to run for his life, but there's a vacuum! Killa The Hex slowing him down, Earthspike slowing him down.
A bit greedy
the
there,
Loco
Ares
is gonna
Loco.
take out the Darkseer, really well done, but now it's JMN on the run, and E-Skill already down, and it's gonna be 2 kills.
Storm Spirit has arrived.
And Share by himself, Electric Vortex, even though the tombstone is up, he's just getting himself in trouble. Lion gets the Finger of Death on E-Skill, but it's not really gonna be enough. I mean, he's gonna try to get away. And now he's gonna die. That's slow.
He tries to knives up and he gets it!
He did it! He did it! He managed to die himself to Mud Golems!
Truly has discovered a newfound hatred of Mud Golems.
I think he loves Mud Golems now. Oh, Hef. That was amazing. Oh, thank you. And yes, while that was happening, the Disruptor did end up dying to the Tombstone. However, Shirley will pick up the last hit on the mid tier 1, and tower advantage is actually in the Dire favor now. So, at this point, what is the play by Austrias Finest? How do they take this game back? How do they get control?
They might... Are they out of smokes? I think they might be out. I was going to say they should probably try and smoke and look to either pick out the Phantom Lancer or the Storm Spirit. But if they're out of smokes... Oh, and this war... Oh, that just got placed. That is incredibly unfortunate. Lion's gonna deward it.
Looks like they're gonna get that. Oh,
or is he?
No, E-Skill wants Hef, and is going to get it. And now over the Fisher,
Nova's
right
gonna
click.
die.
She's gonna get out. She couldn't get her ultimate off, and now Killa trying to go for a kill, but not enough. Flame Remnant gonna zip himself out. Krilly though, using that Spirit Lance. There is gonna be a buyback from the Lena. Echo Slam kills the Emperor. That was a very chaotic fight, but Lena bought back and is now just sitting in the, just sitting there, not doing anything.
And there's a Manton Phantom Lancer, so that Orchid doesn't really matter as much to him anymore. It matters a little bit if they can combine it with, say, a Hex, but the Orchid now is dealt with.
Yeah. Now, it should be mentioned that Darkseer has opted for the Blink Dagger over going straight to the Guardian Greaves. I think that's a smart choice. I mean, the mobility is really useful when you're dealing with a Queen Pain, and the disjoint on the Shadow Strike is also pretty decent. Oh! Sumail level aggressive plays, but he gets Hex, gets himself stunned, and there is a... Wow!
That was definitely a bit aggressive.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay perhaps from the Storm Spirit. Did not work out in his favor. But he's... Oh, and actually he drops down to 7 Bloodstone charges.
That's only 1 lower than where you normally start with, but compared to where he was, he's going to be a little bit upset.
Now, I think
and
perhaps
as you were
that's
saying
another
about
thing that we should mention is, I mean, if that Storm Spirit continues to make plays like that, or misplays like that, I mean, Austria's Finest could be in a good position to come back.
Very true. Ares Loco has decided to get the Glimmer Cape.
Oh,
and wow,
Killa in trouble, silenced out, does
that
not
glimpse
have,
was
not even a
beautifully
chance.
done. He tries to Remnant out, gets a glimpse straight back to where he was.
Yeah, that Disruptor is really paying off right now. I mean, Steph Style showing his power, and he's actually going to opt for the for the Aghanim Scepter, which I personally think is a great choice. It mutes all the items, so Lena can't, use her Yule Scepter to avoid the ultimates. And thank you very much to our Ronin, our stats guy. At this point in the game, 65% win rate on PL, who has this much farm at 29 minutes. And of course, while this is happening, Tier 2 going to fall. I mean, the Dire are sitting at a major advantage at this point, and it's certainly their game right now to win. I mean, they just need to, I feel like they need to throw pretty hard to have problems.
And there's an
Ember
invis rune
is sitting
on the
at a
storm.
Battle Fury, and it looks like he might be actually opting to get BKB. Which will not be effective once this Disruptor gets himself his Aghanim Scepter. Oh, E-Scale, he's invisible. Has his ball lightning available.
He's thinking about going for it. He knows Earthshaker's in position.
Oh, he's
They're
waiting for
going.
the Ion Shell. Nova AT getting herself completely.
Nova.
Oh, nuts. I mean, the Ember does manage to get out, but
Again, they lost the Quap. Didn't BKB in time. Didn't expect the Earthshaker. You've got to expect the Earthshaker.
yeah, and
It's hard.
we should mention right there is it's showing off LD's overall just technical knowledge, waiting for the Ion Shell. It's a small amount of damage, but like it does make a difference when if Storm Spirit was going to engage in a team fight there, and that kill went a lot faster. Ember could not respond in any way, he had to run.
Very true.
Alright, let's pull back just a little bit, because we do have to see this battlefield. Oh, there's the... Oh,
Looking for him, but they're gonna maybe get him.
The vacuum, it's the fall, and Echo Slam, it's a disaster! Chair Raider gonna fall! The Ember Spirit gonna fall! Lena trying her best, but it's just not quite enough. Queen of Pain still down for another 5 seconds.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I feel like
Oh, Eastio playing so aggressively going on JMN. There's going to be a Fissure, and she will fall. The ultimate will come out of Nova, but it's practically doing nothing. There's the clips. There's the silence. She uses her BKB. She will survive.
just very thankful that Aghanim Scepter is not quite complete on Disruptor yet. Otherwise, that was another kill.
But meanwhile, I mean, they're losing everything. They're losing their racks. This PL is still at almost full mana, almost full health. I mean, take a look at it. Is a Mantis available to continue hitting
He's got
this,
$5,000 just in his pocket.
Yeah, he can pretty much go for whatever he wants at this point, and I mean, these towers being destroyed. Now, it should be mentioned, though, they still have a tier 2 up on the Radiant side, so they can't take these racks quite yet.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
At least not in the middle lane.
Yeah,
But this Rax
they can't
will,
take
this tower will
rack,
fall.
but they don't need to push the issue. They're more than willing to respect
Dire's
that
top
they're
tower
back
is
up.
under attack.
And they're willing to reset. And is this a point where, while the Radiant are recovering, they go maybe try to secure the Roche? Reset,
They could,
take the
especially
Roche,
since there is a
go.
double damage rune there, and they know it thanks to the sentry or wards they have down there. And with bottom lane pushing, I don't think Radiant. I don't think they can contest with Earthshaker, not Static Storm, and Echo Slam. Not to mention the vacuum wall potential to put somebody on a cliff.
I think Undying and Queen of Pain know that that would be a smart move. Oh no, Undying!
Speaking of
gets himself
clipping.
vacuumed up on top of the... And is just gonna get himself exploded. Nova trying to make a difference there, but the Glimmer Cape will save the Darkseer, and she will now have to pull back. There's no way that she can be effective against this team at this point. Oh,
Two more problems
going on
recently
in Crilly.
happened. Two more problems for Austrias Finest recently happened. Heart of Tarask was finished on the Phantom Lancer, and Disruptor got his Aghanims. Now they don't really have the burst to deal with Crilly, and if Disruptor catches them, they're probably going to die.
So, best case scenario, how do Austria's Finest take this game back?
It's gonna
What
take
happens?
it's gonna take
How's
missteps.
it play out?
It's gonna take missteps from Lemon Dogs, I think. I'm
And
not sure they can go for
they
plays.
haven't really been making that many misplays. I mean, yeah, their Storm Spirit went in, I think, like twice in maybe a situation he shouldn't have, but other than that, has there really been that big of misplays coming out of any of their heroes?
No, and that's
I
the
think
problem.
pretty consistently they haven't. They've been playing very well.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They have good wave clear with Lena and Ember Spirit and Quap, so they can farm it out. I'm just not sure if that's going to make a difference.
Well, E-Skill clearing out these waves. ready to start pushing these bottom racks, but the wave clear is very effective. There's a glimpse on the Lena. This could be big. There is going to be an Orchid coming out. She can't do anything. She's thinking a touch in, but the Crimson Guard will go up. There is going to be a Tombstone in response. Nova is going to get herself a big alt-off, but this line will fall anyway. There's Lincoln's on each skill, going for the Char Raider, and now Crilly going for Char Raider. He can't get away. It's 3 down for practically no damage on LDs, and they will call GG. Well played. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was game 1 of Austrias Finest versus Lemon Dog. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Play with Kimberly, and I am joined by El Sephiroth and Brahmin on the stats. We will have game 2 for you in just a few moments. Thank you so much for joining us.